welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
Hi, Beth. I'm Eve.
Happy Mother's Day. We
Yes.
hope you all are having a good week. Today's a Saturday before Mother's Day for us, but Mother's Day for you all, and hope you're doing well. We have no plans tomorrow for Mother's Day. I told my husband I want food I don't have to cook and uninterrupted knitting time. That's all I want for Mother's Day. So make it so. But, so I guess I'm going first. I have the least to talk about. So, you remember last week when let me get my paper out here. I talked about this. It's just easier to show you here than on my iPad. Talked about this pattern that I'm remaking for Hannah. And it starts with this little band on the bottom. That's what I started when we were on camera last week. And that's really all I've done all week long. And here it is. Look at that green color. How pretty.
That's a really pretty color.
Yeah. So this is I'm almost done with the first bottom band, and then I'm gonna pick up stitches all along here and knit this way. You know, knit up. So that's the bottom waistband. So that's literally all I've done, because I've been really busy and really tired, and I fall asleep and knit, and I dropped this stitch when I got here, and I hope I still have enough on the needle. So I have to count this and make sure. I haven't worked on Miriam's Yara shawl because I'm just taking it easy. I did finally hear back from Jordan about the length of her sweater, and she was like, "Here's my favorite sweater." And it hits me like right at my navel, and it's 9 inches long. And I was like, I've already knit 12 inches. So I told her, well, I'm going to put it on my Hannikin and sort of, put it up to the armpits and see where it lands and see if she's pleased with that. I mean, I can rip back. I don't want to. But if she wants a really belly sweater, but it's not, I don't think it'll look good as a belly sweater because it has a cuff at the bottom. So I think having it hit right at her natural waist and cinch in there would probably be ideal.
Well, and she could always blouse it up, if she wants to.
Yeah. So
if she really wants
so anyway, I think I'm done with the body of the sweater. So I can start on the sleeves next. But it took her a long time to respond. She's like, "I'm sorry, I've been crazy." And I finally said to Hannah, "I sure wish Jordan would let me know how long the sweater needs to be."
Email my mom now.
And she's like, "I'll ask her." And then she writes back. She's like, "Oh my God, I just saw this. I'm so sorry." Blah, blah, blah. It's so funny. She's adorable. But yeah, I have stories. But that's all I have for knitting. This is all I've done. This is a week's worth of work. If you're wondering how long it takes me, it's only 19 stitches across, and I'm at 172 rows, and I need 196. So this is thanks to Emergency NYC on Netflix. That's what I've been watching this week, among other things. I watched a movie. What movie was I watching when I was knitting this? I don't remember. But anyway, that's me. That's all I do.
Should I go next since you're still waiting on you?
Yeah, she said she
on
wanted
your
to go
dead
last
iPad.
because her iPad's dead.
It's not an iPad.
Or her
whatever
tablet.
that's called. Her tablet's dead, so she needs charging time.
So I've been kind of doing a lot. I'm going to start something right before your very eyes, if I can get organized here, because I have one thread, so I'm going to have to count a long ways. So on my WIP-GO stuff, I did, let me get this out of the way a little bit. So, this is, what is it called? Kind of Gentle Woodland Holiday Sampler. So, I don't remember where I was last week, but I finished the deer head, except for his eye and nose, and like over here is all sweater. So, only his head is exposed at the top. So, and then I did these bunnies under here. I did this bunny, his head, and most of his sweater. There's a few lines left of his sweater. And this little bunny here I haven't done his head or his body yet, but I did his sweater. So this is, and this is like probably 7 or 8 days, 7.5 days if you want to be technical. The goal on it was 6 days, but and I kind of want to go back to it because I want to finish that sweater, at least. Maybe finish that bunny. But this is by this is the chart by Artful Offerings. Yeah. So there's that. So technically, I've met the goal on that, which was 6 days. And the other one for WIP-GO is Nativity Berry. I'm doing the small berry, and like I've said before, the small berry on this chart was done like on silk gauze, and so I ain't doing that. So so this is where I am. I've done, I want to say I started this on Tuesday. No, I don't know. I think I'm on like 3 days or something. I've done on this, so I have more days to go. But I did all these little white stars and swirlies and stuff, and I did most of Joseph's robe. But I had to stop for a second because I got kind of, there's all these little places where I had to allow for other stitch colors to come in. And I thought I was getting a little too confusing because it's a black and white chart, and all the symbols look the same. And I've gotten really spoiled with colored charts and being able to see, like, oh, this is blue and oh, this is red or whatever, and see because they're like symbols over colored blocks or whatever, a lot of them. And so on the black and white charts that are just symbols, sometimes it's hard to see if the symbols all look the same or whatever. And this also, I'm stitching 1/1 on 25 count Lugana, so they're very tiny stitches. And so I had to kind of take my time. And I did Joseph and Mary and the baby did their flesh tone, and I went a little darker than what was called for. And you can't see the baby Jesus. It looks just like a blob on his head. So, but whatever.
It's the back stitching that does it.
Well, I tried to. I was thinking about back stitching, but it's so tiny that I couldn't do it. So I haven't done it. I haven't tried it yet because it's just really hard to see. And and then Joseph and Mary have like his beard goes around his face, so that'll help define his face. And then she has like a little, like the top of her thing is done like there's like a few stitches of brown on the top of her head, and then her robe is on there. So yeah, I have a little bit more to do on the robe and a few more of these little swirly things, and the straw in the manger, and then this stable section will be done, and then there's some animals and blah blah blah. So it's coming along. I don't know that I'll finish it because it's so tiny that I have to go kind of slow. But so the goal is 6 days, and I think I've done 3, as I recall. So I have 3 more days. But I'm also doing Mania, sort of. I decided. Because I was trying to do, I thought, well, I could do 23. I'll just do, one thread or one, for each day. But it's very tiring to try to do that and to try to do my WIP-GO stitching. And I still have to do, my FFOs. But the nice thing about doing Mania is that I can pick any of these, and 2 of these, and say, oh, these are my new starts for my WIP-GO thing. But anyway, so I did.
Now, let's be clear. This is all self-imposed.
Oh, yeah.
I have to. You actually don't have to. You can be like me. and completely ignore WIP-GO, even though you signed up for it and made a pretty little chart.
So this, if you recall, this is the chart I bought twice, and I gave Naomi one, and this
And
is
it's one of the only cross stitches I've ever finished. Because it is big.
so this is Stoneware Bunny. So this is one of my new starts for Mania, and what I decided is
I
that
thought you already did that.
No, she did the kitty.
I did the other two, the Stoneware Kitty and Stoneware Kitten and Stoneware Cat. So, and this is from, I don't know what, 2017. But so it comes as a little kit. So it comes with the fabric and the thread and some trim. I want to say from Lady Dot Creates, but I'm not sure. But so these are, there are some Priscilla Pocket kits that are still commonly available, but they're like, there's a set of kind of like flowers or something, but these little animals you can't really find anymore. At least I can't anyway. Maybe they're online. I don't know. But anyway, so I just did the ears. So that's one of my new starts. And my thought was 23 new starts for 2023. But I think, and I did this a few years ago, that I will do 11 and then sort of go backwards and do another day on each of the 11, and that'll give me 22, and then I'll do one more and that'll give me 23. I'm so clever. So anyway, so I got a little start on Stoneware Bunny. And then I started this one, which is Snowman 2023. A little snowman by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And I had never seen this one before. It's really cute. And if I had saved it, I could have used it for one of my cross stitch camp things, because I've never done anything by Primrose Cottage Stitches.
But you didn't.
Did you already start it?
Yeah. So here's his hat and his broomstick, because I'm a color completist and I had this color out, and so I did that. And it's some random linen that I had, scrap that I had, and DMC colors, 2/2. And I hope this little scrap of linen is big enough, as I've gotten kind of sloppy about my, measuring
fits.
Yeah, it'll fit. It looks like it'll fit. So then another one of my new starts was from this set of the 12 Year in the Woods series by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is the Jackrabbit. This is the thing that got me started. Somebody else, had a picture of this, and so this this is the one that I want to do them all because of this one. So what I decided, though, I was looking at the ones I'd done before, the fox and the swans, and I thought there's room in that for a third one. There's room on this cloth. So I did the first, I did the borders for the first two, and I did the middle border. I didn't do across the top because it took me all night to do the.
It's hard to see because it's see through.
Yeah, I know.
Do you have something you can put behind it? Here.
Let me just.
Here.
Nothing big enough. The window's behind me.
I know. It's just. It's a particularly sunny day.
Yeah. So
better
the fox is over here, and this is the swans. I didn't actually get to the swan yet, but I did the border, and this one took me, basically took me 2 days because I had to do the border before I could actually start the jackrabbit. So I just got the one flower done.
So you decided to do 3 across.
Yeah,
and
because this one, they'll fit here, and I wish I could do more under here, but it's not big enough.
So you'll do 3.
Yeah.
You'll have 3 of these.
Yeah.
Three.
I should have four of these. But I think I have 3 pieces of cloth, so I might have to dye another piece of cloth to do all 12. But the only thing is that this one, the jackrabbit, and the fourth one, the raccoon, both have these flowers instead of trees.
Uh-huh.
And so they would look really good together. But I ain't doing that. So.
It's all right.
Here you go. Thank you. But anyway, so this is the jackrabbit. So that's another one of my new starts. And then I'm making a big mess here. Heartstring samplery. This is Seahorse Soiree Biscornu. And it's so cute. So stinking cute.
There's really cute.
There's little whales. There's mermaids, I think.
Octopus.
Octopi. Octopi. Octopuses. Jellyfish. Lots and lots of seahorses.
Or maybe that's a jellyfish I see and not an octopus.
Yeah, these are jellyfish.
Cute.
And yeah, so all I've got done is a little bit of the border of these waves of the border. So let me think of. So I want to get. Oh, there's my phone. Get these out of the way here for a second. So I'm up to, like I said, 9, counting the ones that I did last week and these that I've done this week. So I've hit 9 so far. Pardon me, I've got a mess here. No, okay. So my remaining new starts for May are this one that I'm going to start right now. I'm hoping. This is Jardin Privé, A Rabbit in My Garden. I'm not going to say it in French. A Rabbit in My Garden.
I picked it.
Yeah, so this is really...
She said, "Which one should I do?" And I said, "That one."
Yes. So it's like a snow globe, but there's a bunny in there.
Cute.
Look at the big carrot.
It's a terrarium.
Terrarium. There you go.
Not a snow globe.
Well, it's a globe.
It's a globe shape.
Yeah.
But it could be a terrarium. That's
Designed
so
by
cute.
Natalie...
Something
French. Yeah. Natalie. And then the other one is this is another French one, Madame Chantilly or Chantilly.
Chantilly lace.
April.
Pretty face.
Dolce Dormir, Sweet Slumber. So this is a mama and daddy bunny and their baby bunny, young bunny, and the young bunny is sleeping on this giant carrot. But so that's the other one I want to do for Mania New Start. Then Cross Stitch Camp is starting. I almost completely forgot about it. But it starts June 1st is the first challenge. So it's June, July, and August. And the challenges are for June, stitch something with a bird in it. For July, it is stitch something that is growing. And because the badge for Cross Stitch Camp for this summer is it's a bird with leaves growing around it. So anyway, so the August, the July challenge is something that grows, and August a new to you designer or floss or fabric or whatever. So I am.
You keep doing so many patterns, you're going to run out of people who are unfamiliar.
I know, exactly. Well, that's the one thing. It's like, have I done this person before? I don't know. So something with a bird in it, and I want to do smaller charts for Cross Stitch Camp because it's the goal is to start it on the 1st and finish it by the end of the month. Finish stitching. You don't have to FFO it, but so I have this one, Itty Bitty Kitty and the Baby Robin, by the Sweetheart Tree, and
That fits all three.
I know, but unfortunately you can't combine them. So this one has a little bird, and it's only 35 by 35, but it has like, you know, satin stitches and
Very cute.
like half stitches or whatever, quarter stitches, whatever, and so it has a thing for Mill Hill petite beads, and I don't know, I may or may not do that, but anyway, so and I think the bird is 1/1. The little robin thing is 1/1. So we'll see how that goes. I have to figure out some fabric for it. And then
That's really cute.
for August, I'm going to do one of these Noah's Ark, Noah's Christmas Ark 3. This is the third of this part of this series. I don't remember how many there are in the series, but this one is, the stitch count is 58 by 48, these little squares, and I want to do the one with the whales down here.
Does it have something that grows?
Seaweed.
Oh.
Whales grow.
She said it could be an animal or,
Yeah,
you know.
so-
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
was like,
there
that's
is-
stretching it.
There is seaweed in this one too. So, and
Leave me
then
alone. I already got to figure it out. Don't challenge my reasoning.
well, this was one I was considering for the bird in it. This one is a snowman. There's a cardinal in there.
Oh. No, I like that other one.
Yeah, and this is 55 by 80, but that's, yeah. And then for the third one, I thought I would do new designer, and so Bendy Stitchy, I've known her for a long time. I've followed her for a long time, but I don't think I've ever stitched any of her patterns. She has a few patterns out. But this one I've had for a while, Christmas Moose, and again is small, 49 by 52 stitches.
That's so cute.
It's very cute, and it's all DMC and Etoile. So
You're going to have to order that etoile.
no, I probably have it. It depends on what the color is, but I probably have it because I bought a whole bunch of them when they were on sale the other day.
Yeah, I remember.
And the other one, if I don't do that one, the other one I was thinking of, but this is it's pretty large stitch count, but there's a lot of sort of negative space, you know. So theoretically, there's not that much. But I've never done this designer either. Cha-la-la. So this is Nuit de Noël, the night of Christmas night, basically. And so there's a Santa and some deer and some birds and some tall, skinny trees. Very cute. But, huh?
Baby dog came to say hi.
But the Christmas moose is probably one that I'm going to do. So those three will probably be my cross stitch camp choices.
You're a good girl.
So I think that's me.
You're being so good. Before Eve goes, I forgot to say this pattern. I was realizing when you were introducing all your patterns. This pattern is called it's called something. Hold on. It's called the Villa, Villa sweater, and it's by Baracco Yarns, and the yarn is their Medina, and this color is Suez, as in the canal. So I just forgot to say all that, because if you guys want to if you're interested in knitting it, it's very simple. It's just you knit a back, you knit a front, sew them together. So, and no sleeves. So anyway, that's me. Sorry, interjecting.
Okay. So right now, I'm working on Winterful Friends.
Come here.
The
Come here.
the front is this way. The back is this way. So anyway,
Sorry, I'm gonna open this.
We're trying to decide.
Don't you rip the top
I
off?
did rip it, but it didn't rip right.
We've devised a new strategy for.
Nobody has scissors they want to use for this cause. Oh, there's
Yeah,
scissors.
the black ones,
I have.
right here.
Oh, I got them.
Oh gosh, I'm dropping.
She
the
got
glue.
it. She got it here.
I got them.
I know, but I'm dropping the glue.
Oh,
Sorry for the interruption. Of course, we're going to reward her for barking this way, but
that's what I was thinking about.
Oh,
got
you
some
reward her
treats.
for not barking.
well, but then she barks, and then I call her over,
And then she gets the treat.
and she gets a treat. So then she's going to go.
She's
bark.
under the table.
Okay. Well, she'll smell these in a second. Okay, now they're ready. Sorry, that's my job. Bark prevention.
I just thought when you saw her going over there, you could offer it to her. Okay, so I'm working on Winterful Friends. I've already completed the 10 days of WIP-GO, but it's not the 15th yet, so I'm going to probably keep working on it a little bit till then because I haven't gotten as far as I would like. So I would put the bird's nose in, but I put the orange back from wherever I got it, and I don't remember what orange it was, so it might be a different color this time. Because I wanted to wait and put the orange in when I did the other bird. This little spot right here, that's the second cardinal. And, sorry, our next door neighbor is drumming.
That's a pretty good beat.
And
I don't know if you could hear it on the video, but
yeah, so the white is very, very hard to see, and it's making me sad. I mean, I
You have
can
to pull
see
it
it
out a
in
lot?
certain lights
yeah.
Oh,
You
I
know-
don't think it's hard to see.
here, but everywhere else it
Oh,
is.
when you're stitching it, it's difficult.
It's
It
like
looks really good.
Yeah, I like it on this fabric and everything. I'm just like, boy, if I finish that where the light doesn't hit it right, it'll just be floating faces and stuff. I put the arms in right away because I was like, I just want to give the snowman some definition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't help. So I'm working on this now.
You know, when I saw that, I thought, do I have that pattern? Because the one I have though is it's the one where there's a bunny giving. I think it's called Gentle Gifts or something gifts or something, but it's a bunny giving a carrot. But the snowman looks
same?
almost exactly the same. Yeah.
It probably is.
And it's the Silver Creek Sampler Show.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm still plugging away at the Winter Berries, Erica Michaels, the last one that I'm doing, Warm, Woolly Winter. And I have all the words done.
It's so pretty.
All the words are done now, and I just have to put in a gazillion snowflakes.
Snowflake upon snowflake.
And for some stupid reason, I decided to use Etoile. And
Why'd you do
I
this
don't
to
enjoy
yourselves?
working with Etoile.
Why do you do this to yourselves? I don't understand.
So, so I'm like probably not working on it as much as I should. But I started working on the tops for all my berries. And our houses aren't pressed together like this. There is a gap. Not a huge gap, but there
It
is a
must
gap.
be really loud in their house.
Yeah.
Yikes.
When you're trying to watch TV and he's doing that, it's like you just like, I can't hear anything.
Well, when we were kids, you remember
Bill Bailey.
Bill Bailey and his garage band that they would always play.
And the organ.
They only knew one song, which is the what is it? Bachman Turner Overdrive. that there's a song about working for a living, I guess,
Oh.
or not, yeah, something. No, anyway, it's if you're a fan of Bachman Turner Overdrive, you know the song I mean.
Oh, he stopped. Yay. Okay, so you guys probably can't hear it, but it's really loud in here. I did a little bit more work on plant pots. And Beth and I scoped out some succulents over at the grocery store.
Oh, nice.
They do have one that looks like this one. And they have one that looks like this one. I didn't see one that looked like this one. But I'm not ready for her to put these in anything yet, so, yeah. We didn't buy it, but we're looking at them.
Cute.
The one that looked like the one with the pink flower, they had just put a little fluffy thing on it.
Oh,
A fake
a
flower.
fake, a fake.
Yeah. Anyway, my cat has a face now. And I'm still going down to the bottom of that cat. But he has a nose and eyes.
Cute.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of stitching of white here. It's like, Looks like I'm going back the other way. I didn't only finished one way. But, you know, once I get interrupted by anything, when I go to start stitching again, I just pick up something different. All right, so again, my temperature SAL. Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts, and this is so beautiful. I am so
jealous of that.
I'm so pleased with it.
I think it's the coolest thing.
You know, I just kind of went, I want to do a temperature chart. Nah, it's the same temperature here all year long. No, you know, I would really, and I kept looking at them, and so then I went to Etsy and I just looked up temperature chart. And I had purchased from this particular person before, I think. I'm not sure. And so maybe that's why it popped up toward the front, toward the top. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's really pretty. I like the flowers and stuff because it's not just, you know, the temperatures. So that's really cool. Anyway, we've had a weird weather week. It was, for 3 days, the high was exactly the same. It was like 91 or something. No. 71? No. I don't know. 3 days, it was exactly the same temperature. And then there was a cooler day where it only got up to 70 something. Mm-hmm. And then yesterday, hot.
Yeah, it's in the 90s.
Very hot.
95.
Yeah, because one of those days.
There was one day this week I got downtown and I'm like, it is cold down here.
Yeah, it must have been 3 days ago.
Yeah. And my friend who just moved here from Colorado was laughing at me. I'm like, no, it's really cold. And in 2 years, you're going to be like, it's cold outside.
So, the hot day wasn't when we went grocery shopping. It wasn't the cool day. But I do remember going, one of those days, I'm like, I think I need the sunshade on my car.
Yeah.
You know, last month there was a couple of days where I'm like, ow. There's a commercial for, it's a radio commercial, for a plumbing company, I believe, you know, because they want you to check out your air conditioner to make sure it's going to, you know, handle the heat. And it's very funny. But one of the things in that it says is, you know, when you get branded by the seatbelt.
No
Because the
joke.
metal parts on that seat belt are so hot during the summer. And even, when you have kids,
Oh, it's awful. I remember worrying about them so much.
you're always afraid you're going to give your child a serious burn. Throwing blankets over their car seat or something.
I had to tell them, our mom and dad, don't touch the car. Don't hang on to the car, as you're getting in.
Do you remember when you gave Grandma pot holders to climb up?
My grandma, yeah, she visited me in my apartment, and our door faced, it was north facing, but it was like in full sun.
It was Labor Day weekend, I think.
Yeah, and it was getting hot, and the railing was just metal. And I was like, my grandma had to hang on to that to get up the stairs. And so I got her an oven mitt. She thought it was hysterical.
That was one of the best trips I ever had with Grandma. Yeah. Because on the way back, I was listening to a tape I bought on a cruise, and it was all Spanish. And one of the songs was La Cucaracha. And she started singing it, but she was embarrassed because it's a drinking song.
Yeah.
And she was like laughing and giggling like she was doing something wrong. Oh, it was a great, what a great memory. Anyway, so cross stitch camp. Immediately when it said do something with a bird,
I was like, I just did that stupid cardinal with that stupid berry.
Wrong one. What?
And you said, I just did a cardinal with that stupid berry.
Well, yeah, that too. I'm sorry, it's not picking up the one I'm trying to get, so.
I thought about doing one of the stitching with the housewives, because she's always putting chickens in her patterns. And I have a whole bunch.
She's doing bees this month, and they are so cute. Do bees grow?
Yeah. Yes, they do.
A lot of them have flowers in them. So.
Yeah.
Sorry. So
5 more rows to go.
I've showed this picture before.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh my god.
Oh, I love that.
It's not a very large bird. So I feel like I might be able to do.
Fat and floofy.
But it's a little fuzzy hat.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
This is
Marie Brock.
Cute Patterns by Maria.
Eve's favorite designer, right?
The one that did Lemon Cat.
Yeah.
That's her.
Is she also the one that did the whale and light bulb?
Mm-hmm.
And the bee that you did with the flower, the big sunflower bee that used to hang right there. Is that her too? I don't remember.
That might have been her. Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Because Stitchy Princess is like the little
Smaller motifs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, again, picked the wrong thing.
Yeah.
That's Stitchy Princess.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start on that one on the 15th.
Okay.
I'm going to restart it for the 4th time.
Oh yeah, because you keep changing fabric.
But I decided that this time I was going to, I don't know why this isn't charging. I decided that this time I wasn't going to use the called for colors. I'll use whatever color I want to make it show up on the fabric. So hopefully that'll work. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do for June. Now, for cross stitch camp, and I may buy one of those bee things because I absolutely love them. And she's doing them on fabric that she's dyed apple green, and
Not black.
Wow. She stopped using black for a lot of her patterns aren't on black anymore. I guess because people were saying, can you design something not on black, or I don't know. Anyway,
I thought you knocked your tablet off.
so we have a lot of little pots like this. This is a little wedding
We'll
vase.
take an up close photo.
Yeah. We have bigger ones and all that, but we have a lot of this type of pottery. This one is Zuni, and it says Isleta and a C. So I think the Zuni is the last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's from New Mexico. Native American.
a lot of these were gifts to my parents.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So when I saw these, when we went to New Mexico for the balloon fiesta, these patterns, I snapped these two up.
Oh, I have some.
And then I didn't even put them in my pattern thing. And I was looking and I was like, what am I going to do that is, you know what, I haven't done these. So I'm going to pick one of these. And the reason I brought that little pot is because I'm thinking I want to do this
Here,
black
let me
one.
hold it up close. We'll put a picture, but
I think I want to do that black
the
one.
little black one, the little non.
But if I don't do the black one,
Oh, yeah,
I want to do this one with Cocapelli.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yeah.
They're
We have
all so
Cocapelli
beautiful.
on our front door.
This is by Southwest Decoratives.
Yeah. And I have another one that is the blanket that you have. But that one's bigger and it's full coverage.
Yeah.
So,
I lost steam on that.
yeah. I think I instead of full coverage on that one, I would probably want to do
Do it on a cream colored background.
but since it's a rug, full coverage
Makes sense.
makes sense, you
Yeah.
know, so it would have a lot of texture. And part of me feels like that particular one would make a fantastic punch needle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't I give you one? I gave you a
Yeah,
your birthday one of those designs.
I did.
Um,
I gave it to you because you house sat for me when we went up there.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
lastly, I found my crochet hook, and I bought this red, green, and white thread when I bought the single color threads, red, green, and white. And because I thought, well, maybe I want to do that. And so now I'm making it up, so it doesn't, you know, it's weird. But I'm thinking, excuse me, I'm wondering if this would make a good top for the other one instead of 3. But I stopped because I'm like, I don't know. I like the way the solid ones look. So I like the way this is coming out. Don't get me wrong. I just,
for a topper for your berry.
for lots of Jolly Berry.
Is it like petals or what is it? It's not flat.
No, it's not flat. This is the matching berry.
Oh, I see.
And then more I thought about it, since it's a matching berry, I should probably make it the same way.
I think this is really pretty.
Yeah, I like that.
I think this looks really nice.
It's just it's different that way. You have a little.
I mean, just
variety.
finish it and see how it looks finished. But I think it's really pretty.
You like it?
I do.
I'm just making it up.
Yeah, no, it looks.
This is a stitch thing that my grandmother taught me.
It's like making flower petals that stand up.
She did a couple of doilies like that. Anyway,
No, she was my grandmother too, by the way.
no, she was mine. I'm the one that sat at her foot and watched telenovelas with her. I used to watch Grandma. My aunt lived with her and took care of her, and whenever she wanted to go to the movies or something, somebody stayed with my grandmother. And often, because I lived a mile away, I would go do that. It's very important to give caregivers respite. Yeah, so that's me.
That's you.
Yes, and Beth has a funny story.
Yes.
No, it's not funny.
It's
It's scary.
scary. So Tuesday night. Well, it's important to think of that our bathroom, our main bathroom, is sort of long and narrow. So there's the 2 sinks, and there's the toilet and the bathtub, but it's a long, narrow bathroom. So if you're sitting on the toilet, the wall is like maybe arm's length away, right? A little more than arm's length. And so I got up at it must have been 1:30 in the morning to go to the bathroom, and Eve was asleep, of course. But I just noticed, as I went into the bathroom, that my nephew Robert was awake. He was watching TV or something.
Technically, I wasn't
Yeah,
sleeping.
but you were in bed. Right?
I was in my room.
And
Yeah.
so I just happened to notice that Robert was up, and so I went to use the restroom, and we have our toilet paper is on a little stand, freestanding stand, and I usually just put it directly in front of me. I sort of because it's off to the side, so I move it here. So anyway, I had done everything I needed to do, and I had moved the toilet paper stand, and as I was about to get up off the toilet, I looked down there, and there was a little scorpion, little
Little bitty one, small.
an adult.
I know,
An
but
adult, yeah,
a small one
but
or
small, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked. I looked it up on my phone later on. It's a Sonoran something or other, and I guess they're common here in Arizona, but they're sort of a tannish, light brown color, and the female ones typically grow about 2 inches. So I think that's what it was. But anyway, so I moved the toilet paper, and it was there on the baseboard.
Did you scream?
No.
I restrained myself, but I was like, because of course, you're at your most vulnerable when you're sitting on the toilet because you're half undressed, and it was the middle of the night, so I'm barefoot, and so I was afraid to flush the toilet actually, because I thought, if I flush the toilet, will the noise or the vibrations make the scorpion run somewhere, And I was like, oh, and so I very carefully pulled my pants on, and I went to the door and I said, Robert, go kill the scorpion. And so he's like, he grabbed the shoe and went in there and like.
Did he scream, die?
So, I will have you know that when Robert kills a bug in our house, he will not use his shoe. He will pick up a shoe, but not his own.
Oh, and actually, there's a smudge. But yeah, he killed it. And when I first moved out here, I remember Eve talking about, I think you had a scorpion or something at some point.
Yes,
More
she had
than one.
several.
Yeah.
At
More
that
than one.
house.
And yeah, and I've
That's
sort
where
of
the famous die.
No, that was that
That
house?
was at Cindy's
That
house
was
because she called me. Did you had just moved there, maybe? And you were not
I'm
used
terrified
to them yet.
of scorpion.
And
I mean, of the
you,
idea of having a scorpion in the house.
Yeah.
It isn't that I'd never seen one before. Of course I had. I grew up in New Mexico, but
But
they didn't typically go in our house.
No.
Yeah, I never saw one at
And-
our house.
but she called me in a panic because she's terrified of bugs, and she was like, "How do you kill a scorpion?" And I'm like, "You smash it. Like you're bigger than it." So she gets a hammer.
But I don't have a stinger.
She gets a hammer, but it was in the hallway, right, with
It was on the carpet.
and so it's so hard to kill bugs on carpet. But she's on the phone with me, and she's freaking out, and she has a hammer, and she's beating that poor scorpion, and she's going, die. So Robert and I, of course, we got to give her crap about that all the time because it was too funny. But
Well,
it's good thing it didn't bite you. Rachel's gotten stung several times.
Robert has.
Yeah,
in
I've
the
never
gr-
been stung, and I'm kind of scared.
In the
of it.
garage, they'll get under the trash cans. So when you're gonna take them out to the curb or something,
Ugh,
they'll be under the
scary.
trash can.
That was one thing that I was thinking about. That I was going in and out of the garage, that day, because I took the recycling out there,
Evie,
and I
tape measure.
Not
there's
handy.
there's one in this thing where the scissors were in that crate there. There's one in there.
Pardon me.
But
I'm finished, and I need to measure and make sure it's the right.
I'm sorry, doggy. I don't mean to keep kicking you.
Oh, I see it.
But I had been going in and out of the garage in my bare feet, taking the recycling out, and I brought in a box from a Chewy deliveries, and there was a box set there that I brought in because it had cat litter that I needed, and
Yeah, don't leave your boxes out.
and so and I thought that it could have been and Robert went camping not too long ago, and
I think he brought it in on his backpack.
So there's no telling.
No, it came from here. They don't live in the mountains.
Well, we have
They were in
Terminex,
Sedona.
and so we have Terminex, and so we were thinking, well, aren't they supposed to be spraying for scorpions or whatever? So anyway, but I thought later on, well, he went camping, and then that Chewy box that I brought in, they sit on the front porch till you bring them inside, and then it was sitting in the garage. So, wherever it was, it had ample opportunity, I guess, to come in. But then I thought I was going out there in my bare feet. But what it reminded me of is in the movie Arachnophobia, and in there's an X-Files episode, The War of the Copperphages, which is all about cockroaches. But there's in both of those things, there's a scene where in Arachnophobia, there's a scene where a guy's sitting on the toilet, and there's spiders, these deadly spiders are crawling up behind the toilet, and I think one's on the toilet paper when he goes to grab it. And in the X-Files episode, there's a guy that he's sitting there on the toilet reading a magazine or something, and he's reaching over here without looking at the toilet paper, and he pulls on it, and this cockroach is on the toilet paper roll.
And isn't that the one that they had, it made it look like it was on the TV screen?
Yeah, that's one that goes crawling across the screen. That was a great episode. But I remember when I was a kid, the first time we went to Galveston, so Naomi was probably 3 or 4, and the first time we went to Galveston to my Aunt Beebe's house, and she was, an immaculate housekeeper, but I got up on an island. I got up in the middle of the night.
In Texas.
Yeah. On the Gulf. And so I got up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, and I went to pull the toilet paper, and there was a cockroach on there. So I was like, and it was in the middle of the night. I couldn't scream because the whole house was asleep, so I was like, what do I do? So yeah, I have a thing about bugs in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so that was my adventure.
That's your fun adventure.
Oh, and the other thing is, Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. Oh, I meant to bring them out here.
Did you finally get it?
No, I have not gotten it.
No.
And I emailed about the magazine because I had not received it. And my last issue was supposed to be the spring 2023 issue, and I never received it. So I emailed and I said, this is my membership number, blah blah blah, and they would have resent me a new another magazine, but they were all out of them. Oh, and no. so they did extend my last issue to the summer issue, and but they didn't have a copy to send me. But since I am a subscriber, I have access to the digital library of all the patterns and stuff. But so I'm still trying to decide whether I want to go see if somebody has it like the attic. I thought, that's a good excuse to go to the attic. I can buy a magazine. But I don't know if they have a copy left there. Or if I could just, look at it online. But the other thing, a few weeks ago, I had, one of my viewers had let me know that one of the patterns that I bought at the Jingle Ball, I think. I bought a PDF of this pattern called Santa's Young Buck. And I had, when I bought it, I thought, I know I've looked at this pattern before.
And it was in your magazine.
And it was in the, one of my viewers said, yeah, it's on the cover of Punch Needle. And I was like, man, that's where I've seen it before. But also, when I was going through all my patterns to decide what I wanted to start or blah, 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 another pattern that I bought at the Jingle Ball was one by the Blue Flower called Cozy Christmas Cat. And I was looking around and I had a hard copy of it already. I was like, and I kind of spent a lot of money at the Jingle Ball. I'd spent a lot of money ordering patterns and stuff. It was like, two of them
You need to organize yourself.
Yes, I know. I need to go. So that's what I've been sort of going through all my patterns, and I still have a whole bunch that I haven't gone through yet to sort of. I need to make a list and put them in my
you could sell your
pattern
duplicates.
thing or whatever. Huh?
You could sell your duplicates.
I think I'm going to give them away just because
Oh, that's nice.
I'm about to do a giveaway. So yeah. But yeah, so I have to stop because I'm haunted by the idea that some other things that I bought are in the like
in those
my
magazines.
punch needles. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
It might be worth your while to go to the digital thing
mm-hmm.
and
and look at them all.
list the names of everything that you
Yeah.
are interested in whatever months that you want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're interested in them, you might have already bought them, and you should check.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been going through and all my hard copy ones, and then I'm gonna.
So how do you do it? If you do it out of the magazine, do you like photocopy it so you can keep it in your bag, or
Yeah, usually.
because that's really hard to.
Yeah, because
Or you could you download the digital?
I could.
I see.
Yeah,
She doesn't use.
but
Like
if the magazine is right there in front of my face, I just make a copy of it on my
Yeah.
copier and do it that way. Yeah, so that I don't have to have my magazine there, all over the place.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, so I just make it sort of a flat copy of it. But so yeah, I need to go through.
Well, we have finally decided on a fridge. I'm so excited. We're gonna get it's the Samsung. It's like the bespoke line or whatever, but we're not. It comes. You can get like colored glass on the front, which I don't. Mark kind of likes, but it wouldn't go with anything in our kitchen. And but it has like that. It's going to be a French door, and it's got on the left side a little door that you pull open, and it's like a beverage center. So there's it's an automatic fill pitcher where you can put inside like lemon or fruit or whatever to like infused water, and then it's got a actual filler. But it doesn't have an ice dispenser, which we went around about whether or not, because but so it has an ice maker that it's in the freezer. But I'm so excited because it's got regular ice cubes and then it's got ice bites, which isn't crushed ice, but like tiny little squares like that. I'm so excited about the ice.
So when we bought this fridge, I really, really wanted a side-by-side like French door refrigerator with like a fruit, because it has the drawers in the middle. Because I thought my mom loved to eat fruit, and this refrigerator, the
crispers
the drawers are on the bottom, yeah. And I thought it would be nice, if she could have one, where you could put yogurt and blah blah blah. So she wouldn't have to bend over, but it was just so expensive,
Yeah. Well, we're actually buying it through Costco.
Yeah.
And they do haul away for free and everything. I'm a little bit upset about this. Look. I finished it, but it's wider down here than it is up here.
Oh well.
Like my tension kind of changed over the course of a week. Because I got more tense. But it's probably going to be fine. It'll be negligible. But so we did that, and we're settling on a dishwasher, and now Mark's like, and then I want to like replace our coffee table, our end tables, and I want to, because he kind of wants to base all the wood in the house on the cabinetry, which we based on our antiques that we have, which is more of a reddish brown, real pretty. So he's kind of like, this wood is too dark, and that. So now he's like redesigning the whole house, which that's fine with me. And we're gonna have to paint. So that means we're gonna have to paint the whole living room because you've got to make a clean spot where the wall was torn up. And we need to get, so we're doing the drywall on Tuesday because, even though the cabinetry is not going to be done until July, but because the cats are licking pipes and biting drywall, and I'm like, why are you such idiots? But
Looks like Snug, a Puck, when he's kind of, getting a little hungry or whatever, he'll eat or chew on the cat tree, and he'll pull carpet fuzz or whatever, and then he'll throw up. I'm like, don't eat that because it makes you barf.
Calvin eats wool. I don't know if he eats wool, but we have these little wool beds for them that are like felted wool, and he bites them and pulls them apart, and there's little bits everywhere. But so we did that, and we're gonna go look at granite. We were gonna go this weekend, but Mark is really sick.
He's sick again.
He was getting better, and then he's like, I want to go. Last Saturday, he wanted to go out and do some yard work while we were here filming. And he went outside and did that. And when I got home, he was wheezing horribly. And he has been horribly wheezing all week. So he finally went to the doctor yesterday, and they put him back on steroids again. It's awful. So I'm like, I don't even know if he can come. We're all supposed to go to the concert tonight. By the way, Gil Shaham, if you ever have an opportunity to hear violinist Gil Shaham play anything, you should go. He was not just musically, not just violinistically, however you say that, great. I mean, that's kind of a given. But, with someone of his stature, and you expect that he's going to play all the notes, right? And play them nicely. But he was I've never seen such music making. Like, he was so happy and engaged. And while the orchestra was playing, like the introduction, he was kind of like you smiling, and it wasn't at all. I was in the very back row, and it wasn't at all fake. It wasn't at all like a show. It was his genuine love.
That's what I
And
like.
then he was playing, and he would there were parts where his solo part interacted with the first violins or whatever. So he's leaning over and he's interacting with them, and then he'd turn and and I don't know. It was just the most alive and vibrant I have ever seen any musician perform. Even I saw him play this exact same piece a few years ago with Arizona Music Fest, and I remember loving it. But I don't remember it being this. It was just like I told my daughter this morning. I was like, it was actual music, like the way music is supposed to be, like on a whole different plane, on a whole different level than it was. I can't say enough. So Marcus, I just went in to listen last night, but so Mark is supposed to come tonight, and I'm hoping he can make it because I told you it's like party week. We have a dinner for staff and family in between shows because there's a 2:00 and a 7:30, and in between there's a dinner and then the concert, and then there's a big reception after. And I'm like, Mark, please, but I don't know if he's going to make it. But we're supposed to also go look at granite and pick our granite out, hopefully, but I don't know if that's going to happen either. So
I was going to say, when Yo-Yo Ma came and played with us, he was like that. He would, in rehearsal, he would kind of sit, and turn around and watch the orchestra play.
Yeah.
And then, and even I don't know what cello he was using, because of course he was on, he was touring or whatever, but he let the cellists, play his cello, and he was talking with them and all that. So it was a lot of fun.
Real people, real humans who aren't just concerned about themselves. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
So that's that. Oh, and if you're wondering why Beth hasn't drank any of her Coke, here's the story. So Eli comes with us, and he likes to come with me and just hang out. So he decided to buy the Cokes today, and it's not any different. It's not his fault, but we went to the Smart McDonald's, I thought, and they're like, "You're the one with the 4 Diet Cokes?" I'm like, "Yeah." So they hand us the drinks, and we get home. We get here, and Eli takes a sip of his, and he's like, "Mom, you better taste your Cokes." Goes, mine is Dr. Pepper. And I was like, oh, okay. So I taste mine. I'm like, no, that's Diet Coke. And then Eve goes, mine's not Diet Coke, but I don't know what it is. And Beth goes, mine is real Coke. So then I go and take my straw and I taste them all. So I have a Diet Coke. I'm the only one who got what, and it was random. We just passed them out when we got home. Beth has a real Coke. She's got Dr. Pepper like Eli. It was just pass out random Cokes at random drinks at McDonald's. So that's why I'm the only one drinking my drink. But
yeah, I'm just sipping out of desperation.
I finished the band. I'm all bound off. Now I got to pick up the edge and go up, but I got to change needles and all that. So that's what I'm doing this week. My goal is to have it done by the end of May. When she comes home May 31, I always say I'm going to surprise her, and then I never do. I send her a picture. Look what I'm doing. So I'm really trying really hard. She is right now in a. I'm going to put a picture here where Hannah is. Well, you won't be able to find her because she'll be gone by the time you see this. But she is at a gorgeous VRBO historic hotel property. Doing a artist retreat and reading party with a member of a professional quartet. Just invited her string quartet and a few other students, and they've been cooking, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So that's where she is this week, doing her thing. And so I'm trying desperately not to tell her that I am knitting this, and she might see the cover photo, which has this in it, but I don't think she'll figure out what it is. I don't think. But
you can't tell.
Isn't that beautiful green? Yeah. It's an inch. Gorgeous. It's an inch.
That's a beautiful combination.
It's an inch too big, according to the gauge, but I'm just going to let it be. Because I don't remember how big the other one was. And I'm making the smallest size, so I think it'll be okay. That I'm following the instructions for the smallest size, so we'll see how it goes. And yeah, so it'll be fine. All right. Well, our iPad's dying.
It's my fault. I forgot to charge it.
It's her fault. She didn't charge it, so we're pretty limited today.
It worked out well that we didn't do anything.
But thank you so much for joining us. We hope you... Oh, here comes the dog. She heard me say thank you. That's our beautiful mama. You saw her in the photo. Yeah. And we hope you have a good Mother's Day. And we're very thankful for our mama. And we hope you have a good week. And we'll see you back next week, where Beth will have more things that she started and didn't finish and won't finish.
The goal for Mania is not to finish, but to start.
That should be I should do that. That's what I do every month. I start things and I never finish. Well, thanks so much for joining us. You have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.